Greetings, YouTube. I decided that I need a new toolbox at work, and Craftsman, part of their Christmas line, I think, has come out with this small toolbox slightly bigger than the one I have at work. But the reason I'm really interested in it, besides the fact that it was only $7, is this lock right here, which is a nice metal lock. Because the one I have at work is it just does this. It just snaps up and holds in place. And it is so weak that when I carry the toolbox, I hook my thumb underneath the latch because I just do not trust it. This one I do trust, and the handle goes in either direction, which is nice. And it has a single pull-out tray, but the tray is one big space. The one I have at work has a main space here, and then 4 small compartments. And I really don't want one big space. So, I found these tins here. They actually had Crystazzi. Yeah, Crystazzi. They had some silly costume jewelry bracelets in them. I got them on sale at Michael's craft store. And I gave the bracelets to a friend of mine who's an artist because she can use them for something. I don't want them. They were kind of ugly. I wanted them for this reason. That fits almost perfectly in there, but not quite. Now, if you put the into the corner, you'll notice there's a little gap right there. It doesn't quite sit flat. So I'm going to take my Dremel tool and I'm going to remove just enough plastic there so that this sits flat. After that, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to have to flush this up here because it's got a little lip. So I'm going to use some of those popsicle sticks to make this flush. 2 of them is a perfect thickness. I'm going to try using liquid nails. I've never used it before, so I figure, the heck, I'll give it a try because this is not going to be under what you'd call, strenuous situation. So it just needs to hold it in place. Then I'm going to use those clamps to hold the whole shebang together. So that's going to be my little project. Hopefully, I can get it done in one evening. Alright, YouTube, now you can see that box is now sitting flush with the bottom of the tray, while that box is still at an angle, because I have not worked on that side yet. I broke out this clamp to hold everything in place, along with my arms to our steadying, my Dremel tool, and the only tool I was able to find that really, that was really able to work was this spiral cutter, and it's not the easiest thing to control, but I'm taking it very slow and very careful. I did mess up and take a chunk out of the side of the thing, but again, it's a $7 tool chest. I'm not too worried about it. I'll clean that up a little with some sandpaper or something, make it look a little prettier. But this is now sitting flush. However, it did mean I actually cut right through the side, which I actually thought I was going to have to do, so I'm not too worried about that. That isn't a big deal for as I'm concerned. Again, it's just going to be a tray to fix things up. The tray still has all this plastic in here to hold it together, so it's not going to fall apart. And again, all I'm doing is taking in and out of the toolbox. So that's one side down and one side to go. Alright, so now we're at the portion where I'm going to be reinforcing the bottom. So I have to have 2 long and 2 short pieces. I need 2 layers of these, so I'll be doing a herringbone style, overlapping pattern, boom, 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 so that I just get some reinforcement. Then I'll probably take a couple of these little pieces that I've got left over and just glue them in the middle for some reinforcement in the center. And then when I have all of those pieces in place, I'm going to put it in the tray and then use my clamps to hold the whole thing together. So I still have a little more cutting to do. I'm using my shears here. These are actually an old pair of kitchen shears which have been relegated to my toolbox, and I find them very useful. And again, I'm going to be trying liquid nails out, never used it before, and using my favorite Zebra F701 pen. So here we have it. I am trying out the liquid glue and everything is now clamped in place. It says it will be sufficiently dry in an hour, so I'll probably just ignore it and look at it tomorrow. I'm in no particular hurry. So there you have it, my hopeful modification to my toolbox so that it is now a more convenient size and has subdivisions in it so that I can use it at work. It has 1 large compartment here, medium size, and 2 square ones. And apparently Mandarin's decided to come help us. Isn't she just a helpy helper? Greetings, YouTube. You'll notice here that there are two tridents. This here, trident on the left, is mine, the one I made a few months ago and did a complete build video on. The one on the right, which is currently zip tied to this door to keep it vertical while the epoxy cures, is actually a commission. Someone has commissioned me to make them a trident, which I have. I noticed there's, however, a slight difference. This nut sat inside this collar here. This one didn't. I did not notice the difference in the two shafts. There is a slight difference between these two shafts. I was completely unaware of this fact because they were, I don't know, maybe they changed the model between the two, I'm not sure. But there is a slight difference in the shafts, but it's very, very small. The one on the right, the new one, is a little lighter, which could be an advantage. But it does mean that it sits a little bit further out than it did otherwise. But I think other than that, it's going to be just fine. So I guess that makes me an official maker.